All right, so here's my SuperCub. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna take off the seat cover and the body panels, the side body panels, and the rear fender. That way I could get to my, I could take apart the turn signal, because I need to replace this turn signal. You know, because it has that crack right there. Let's see, right there. So I need to replace that for a new one. So I took off my front rack already, so you guys can see that you know, I have a video on that. I have the rear rack, and if you don't have the rear rack, you know, you don't need to do much except for take off the bolts for the shocks, and also take off the front cover right here, and I have a video for that as well. So let's do this one right here. This one is should be pretty easy because it's the under seat cover should be pretty easy because it's you know, it's just right there. Let's see. So it looks like what do we have here? Let's see, 2 rivet nuts. Or rivets, plastic, I shouldn't say rivet nuts, rivets, plastic rivets. So these are the type where you push it into the center, so that way you pop out. So that works. So normally when it's in like so, right, like that. What you do is you have to push in that center, because when it's in like this, it spreads out the sides here. That's how it stays in, so that's why you can't pull it out. So you push in the center, like so. Now you can actually push these sides in, and now you could pull it out. Then when you put it back in, you have to bring out the center out like that, so that way it could close again. Right, this right here could close. Then it slides in, then you push this back, like so, and that's how you do it. So there's 2 of them, one on each side, one on each back corner. There's that. Let's see, is that it? Not sure if that's it or not. I feel something hung up on this side. Oh, that's what it is. It's just a clip. So there's some these little plastic clips here. Looks like 2 on each side. So I need to clear out this side. Okay, there we go. So we have this piece right here. This is the down in here. This is the side cover latch, right? So this way you push that little button up here, and the side cover on the throttle side pops out. You know, this the bottom cover that pops out. So that way you get to the little toolkit that they got. So this thing is held together, looks like, by a screw and a little coddle pin. Yeah, just screw and coddle pin. So I'm gonna take off. Let's see, which one am I gonna take off? I think I'm just gonna take off the coddle pin, because if I take out the screw, it's still stuck in there, unless I could kind of unhook it from this side. This little V notch right here. Nope, I can't pull it out, so I just pull this coddle pin out. So be mindful where you do this, because you can lose the coddle pin. Okay, there's the coddle pin right there. All right, coddle pin. From there, you just push that little piece out of there, that little whatever this thing is called, the pin, I guess. And I should be able to just slide this whole thing down. Oh no, I can't slide it down. I still need to unscrew this right here. This is a screw head right here. Because the rest of it does not come out. Oh yes, it does. This plastic piece kind of slips out. Nope, it's hung in there. Something else is hanging in there. Okay, grab my screw. Come on, use the screwdriver. Unscrew it from this side. is a pretty tight fit, so later on when you put it back in, it's going to be a pain in the butt. I'm not sure if I'm actually taking this thing out in the right order or not. Doesn't feel like it, but let's see for now. Okay, there we go. This thing is still hung up in here. I want to detach the cable. So basically, it's kind of like the brake cables on a bicycle, or the clutch cable on a motorbike. The way that it's positioned and angled. So that's that. So this thing doesn't really come off, or it does, but I don't want to mess with this thing right here. Let's set that aside. So we're good here. Leave this thing dangling like so. Let's actually put this hardware to the side. Let's see from here. I believe I need to take off this hand hold right here. This part right here before I can take off the side cover. Side cover has all these different nuts and bolts. Let's take out this one. So this one's looks like an 8mm. 8mm. Yep, it's 8mm. Oops. Okay. There's that. I was expecting more. I was expecting the whole big old piece to come off, but nope. Oh geez, I didn't even do anything. That was just literally just a handle, and it didn't attach to nothing except for this whole piece right here. This right here is all one piece. This right here and this is all solid one piece. So nope, I guess I got the wrong spot. All right, so let's take off the side cover. To take out the side cover, you have to actually loosen up the shock bolt, so that way you could slide the shocks to the side, because the shock is actually pushing on this cover here. It's clamping on this cover. So let's see what else. There's a couple of screws right here. So I'm using a Japanese industrial standard plus head screwdriver. So this is not a Phillips, looks like a Phillips, but it's not. So if you can't get it, you can't get a hold of a JIS screwdriver. I got this on Amazon, so they're available on Amazon. This is let's see, what brand was this again? I think it was Hosan or Vessel. Maybe it was Vessel, I forget. One of those two brands. Those are Japanese brands. So that's one. Okay. So you can see this loose. This is loose, and right here it's loose too. See that? So what else do we have holding this thing on here? Since I had a rack on this bike. I had a rack on this bike, anyway, took off the center rack and also the back rack. So the center rack had a bolt right here, so if you don't have a rack, take out the bolt right here. Let's see. Okay, I see the inside back here. I see a nut or a screw right here. So I'm gonna take that off for sure. Yep. So when I'm moving this cover here, I can actually see the inside one move. So there's a screw right here. On the back right here. Where the finger is. Oh, the screwdriver is a little bit too long. Not enough angle. Or too much angle, I should say. Let me grab another screwdriver. Shorter one. A little stubby. This is also a JIS, so it's Hosan. So this brand is Hosan. The other screwdriver brand, I think, is Vessel. So there's a little bit of a difference. Different brand. So there it is. So it's a machine screw, not a regular screw. This thing moves now. So I see the button right here. This the button to release the seat. So you lift the seat up to get to the gas tank. So be mindful of that. So it looks like this whole thing is one piece. I'm actually gonna disconnect it. So there's a wire right underneath here where my fingertips are. I'm not sure if I can get the camera in there. Let's see if I can get the camera in there. So right in here, see the wires right there. So I need to disconnect this. So there's there should be a little thing that you squeeze in to loosen it up, so that way you can separate the connections. So I need to put my camera down. Let's see. Where's the? Oh, there it is. I can feel it. And that's where they always make these things in a really awkward. Oh, jeez. You put it in an awkward position, and you can never quite get your fingers, hands around it, and so you barely have a hold of it. I can feel it right there. I feel my fingertips pushing on it, but I don't have like a firm grip on it, so it's like I can't even get it off because of that. Actually, let me use this to help push this. Dang it. There we go. Ow, jeez. Always difficult to do. So here's the inside part right here. The part I was pushing was right here to get that unclipped. And like I said, every time I deal with one of these things, it's always like that. Okay. Let's see what else is holding this thing. Okay. Feel loose right here, so that's good. Loose right there. Loose right here. I feel like something's still attached right there. It might not be a fastener, but I think it's probably, oh yeah, it is. So it is it's another rivet, one of those plastic rivets. So push in the center. There you go. There's another one. On the bottom. All right. Let's see. Okay, there we go. That's much looser. It's looser. Up here it's loose. Right here's the front here. If you look on this side, you see like little holes. So how the center cover here kind of clips into the leg shield. This is the same way. There's little tabs that actually clips into each other. So it's hanging up. It's hung up right here, and it's also hung up in the center right here. And the center has a center. Actually, let's look at the center here. So the center is like so, right? So these two kind of jigsaw puzzled in to each other. So you kind of have to unclip those or separate them. I think that's all that's being held, I believe. From one side to the other. What I should actually do is I should actually unscrew all the nuts and bolts on the other side as well. So that way it helps me move around. Because if the other side can move around easily, this side can move around easily. So let me do that off camera. So basically it's the same thing. It's a mirror image, right? So let me do that off camera. All right, so I did the same thing on the other side. So right now the tip here is actually hitting the seat. So I couldn't move it because of that. So let me remove the seat here. So these two nuts here are 10 millimeters, I believe. Yep, 10 millimeters. Nut. Another nut. off. Actually, there's a washer underneath there. Fender washers. Alright, so this thing should just come right off. There we go. Okay, actually, let me put this back in here so you guys can see this real quick. Bring the camera over. So once the nut and the fender washers come off, there's a oh, what happened to it? I just dropped it. There's a rubber, right? There's a rubber spacer here. And underneath that is like a washer nut type of thing. What the heck did that thing drop? I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it or see it. Interesting. Now I have to dig for it. Hopefully it didn't drop down in here. I did not see that. Anyways, so you lift that up like so. And you see how underneath it has the piece there. Where the heck did that freaking little rubber thing I'm about to go? I did not see that. Okay. And because this rubber, when it drops on the ground, it doesn't really make noise. Well, actually, this one does. No, that one made noise. So I did not hear it though. I didn't hear anything. So I think I might have dropped it here somewhere. So anyways, let me put this aside. Come back to that. Shoot. I might have stopped the camera to dig for this little other side. Anyways, so this one right here. This whole thing comes up as one part, like so. And there you go. Just leave it as one part so that way you don't lose anything. You can even reassemble this. No, you can't because you need this, because you need the threads on this. So let's take off that right there. Shoot, where did that freaking rubber washer go? Dang it. I hate it when that happens. I didn't hear it, I didn't see it. So I'm gonna turn off the camera and look for that damn thing. I'll be right back. Alright, so I didn't find my freaking thing. I need to look, let me take everything apart. Hopefully it fell in here somewhere. So anyways, so let's take off the side cover here. So basically it's being blocked in right here. So I'm gonna move the shock. So when you do this, only do one side at a time, because if you do both sides, the swing arm will just drop down. So let the shock on the other side hold up the swing arm. So where it stays still. So basically just like so. On this side, and this side should just kind of snap. There we go. There we go. So you see that? So there's a hook right there, and there's another hook right here. That's how it hooks into the little space right here. So do not see a washer come out anywhere. Dang it, don't tell me I have to go order some pieces. Dang it, I hate when that happens. Really? That sucks. Okay, set that aside. Let's put this back in here to help hold this while I do the other side. So it's not quite fitting in, so you have to lift the swing arm up just a little bit. There you go. Same thing with the other side. Okay. There we go. So that's the other side. So that's what it looks like. So this side, the space right here was for this is the evap. This is the evap canister right here. Here's the, let's see, oh, there's two little things right here. I was gonna say this is the voltage regulator, but it might not be. No, it looks like it. That's weird, that has just these two things. I wonder what that is. I wonder what that's, maybe that's the capacitor or something, or, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that is. Okay, so that's off. All right, so now I need to take off the fender. I'm not sure if I have to remove this piece or not. Let me look at it more carefully, and we'll get back to it.